G'day everyone, this is Arjay with Arjay's This Is Not Legal Advice. This is part 2 of the Freedom Day rally of today in Brisbane, and I had to go move the car so I wouldn't get booked, and then I'm coming back for at least a short little while, and then so just to be annoying, besides the camera just zoomed right into my face, but basically I'm not filming the whole protest. One, I was already late, but for two, I have to actually find someone, and then I'm sort of walking around looking for them at the same time as filming and whatever. So I hope you enjoy. If you want to watch a proper one, again, I recommend going to Matt Rosengarten on Facebook or YouTube. And I saw him in the crowd. I didn't say hello yet, but he's busy working, filming. So I recommend you look up his Truth and Freedom report and watch the whole thing there. I did film in the previous one a bit of Ricardo Bossi. I was going to ask a question, and then Tricky saw me and then stopped questions, because obviously what my question was going to be is, Ricardo, there's a question about your eligibility for running in the election. May you tell me, were you residing in Queensland for at least a month directly prior to getting on the electoral roll? That kind of thing. But anyway, I was actually going to ask a shorter version of that that's more eloquent. Basically, were you a resident of New South Wales when you ran in the Queensland election? But anyway, so I'll go back there now. And again, there's James Bartolo. I saw Joel Jamal there as well, and a couple of friends who unfortunately I don't have time to have a chat to. There's Joel Jamal over there. Who else did I see? Looks like internet celebrities. I forget. Anyway, I still need to try and find someone. So we got a couple of signs. Was that politicians and media are the viruses? I wonder if people come up with new signs every protest, or just use the same ones over and over, or somewhere in between. I imagine there's a MAGA country flag, so you can just substitute America for Australia. There's some little gadgets, EMF protection stickers that supposedly stop. Just saw your hat in the corner of my eye. I thought it was a bird about to swoop me. So again, I'm just trying to look for someone, so sorry to be annoying. Hey Adam. Not too bad. I am live streaming. I'll just cover the mic for a second. Have you seen Anastasia anywhere? Anastasia anywhere? Oh, okay. Fair enough. No worries. So that's Adam, who I met at the when I was doing protests just behind there where the Parliament is, back in May. The regime sits behind closed doors with a stack of again, just looking for someone. So I just shut up, and if people just join after a while, then they probably won't know what's happening, but such is life. Pick up our pens and get on the battlefield to fight for our freedom. There's a "Do Not Tread on Me" little printed flag, which of course is a snake saying, you tramp on trot on the population, then, the snake's going to bite you back. Even if you chop it up, it will still kill you. So there's a Ricardo Bossi tent. So I imagine that must be Tracy Tackett's Thorn. Virus is not the problem. Lockdowns and containment equals social collapse. Support human rights. The virus has had with people dying in Queensland is 0.0000001% from memory. Of people are purported to have died with the virus, which is not even of the virus or from the virus. So it's just really stupid. But of course, when the virus was first around and people seeing propaganda from China, so-called leaked footage of people dropping dead in the streets and stuff like that, then obviously, you know, there might have been more scope to worry about lockdowns and whatever, even though they're still unlawful. But you also have a thing called proportionality. So for the virus, you know, being a year old and it's killed supposedly 5 Queenslanders, then that is really ridiculous.
Go to
www.bushmeat.com.au. Who I'm looking for.
Come on guys, get your phones out. Everyone needs to sign this petition if you want to stop the defence bill.
Bugger. So anyway, they're talking about signing a defence bill.
www.thepeoplesrevolution.com.au.
So Tricky's building up his
and you click on
mailing
info,
list.
And then you click on Agenda 21.
Just said Tricky's building up his mailing
Still not
list.
working. It worked on my phone 5 minutes ago.
I don't know if you can even hear me when he's speaking, but such is life.
You got it? There might be a bit too much traffic. So guys, just when you go home tonight, jump on it, make sure you sign it, guys. It's important that we do it, alright? This is a real petition, written by real legal people. We're going to get real results if we get numbers on it. So sign it, share it around, and get all your friends and family going sharing it too. We need to go viral. We need, you know, 500,000 signatures on it in about 4 days.
There's Joel Jamal. He's pretty tall.
TINLA.com.au.
Just got to say hello.
The Great Reset being mentioned lately.
Won't bother annoying him too much, but just say hello.
To introduce a new digital currency which is totally monitored and controlled. COVID-19 seems to be the tool that they have utilised.
G'day, Joel. Just want to say hello. I'm Arjay, who did the video about eligibility.
Paul Seals is back today and he wants to have a quick chat to you. And
I'll just wait.
After that we're going to go for the march, guys, so just hang around. We're going to go for the march after this.
Where is this person?
What are you doing?
Oh.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Oh, just a live stream.
Hello Brisbane.
There's
Welcome to the People's Revolution.
Can we have your address where you're going to put it?
We are all going to die.
Sorry, it's a bit hard.
None of us, sorry kids,
you want to go over
none of us are unique in that respect. But what defines us is what we live for.
Yeah, so on Facebook, the page is RJ Martin for Australians, so you can just look there and see what's happening. I have been walking around though, so it's probably not going to be the best footage, especially like you've got Matt Rosengart and Amanda with the beard over there. He's probably got really good footage, but I have to walk around and do some stuff. Anyway,
whoever has got the balls to make it happen gets to say how this goes. When our leaders fail us, ordinary people have to become heroes.
So now it's Paul Seals
You want
speaking.
freedom? Get ready to take responsibility. Every political, social and economic freedom we've enjoyed was won by men and women taking a stand and fighting for it.
Bloody
The
hot
Magna
here in
Carta,
Brisbane.
the US Constitution were fought and paid for by people before us. Now it is our turn to create a new constitution, and we must be prepared to pay the cost. When our leaders fail us, ordinary people have to become heroes. Whether we like it or not, we're at the beginning of a great reset. Whoever has got the balls to make it happen gets to say how this goes. The fundamental rules of society are being rewritten. The social contract is being renegotiated right now. But our seat at the negotiating table is empty. We are being told to be good little boys and girls and stay at home and save lives. If we do not participate,
Just so you know,
if we are not fully present, fully committed, then we will wake up to whatever they give us. If you want to live your life like a child and rely on the grown-ups to take care of you, then go home and fantasize about the heroes of old and the constitutions they created during previous resets. Then just wait and see what new constitution they give you after this reset. Otherwise, when our leaders fail us, ordinary people have to become heroes. Whether we like it or not, we're at the beginning of a great reset.
So I've walked around a few times and can't find a person. I'm supposed to be looking for some guy with a hat giving some flyers about the Chinese Communist Party to someone.
Suck it up and
asked
deal
me to
with
get
it.
one for them.
You have a choice right now. You either live as a hero or you live as a child, either hoping the government is your hero or else complaining and hoping that one appears. No one is coming. If you want a seat at the negotiation table with the adults, you will need to be the hero. Heroes are ordinary men and women.
Here's an interesting
whose
sign.
commitment is bigger than any consideration.
Fathers Against False
Go
Allegations.
into your life and live it
Fathers
as a
Rights
hero.
Australia. Stop the war.
Someone to
And
come and
days.
save you.
Yeah, I'm doing live video, so I can't take a picture, but I can just stand there for a little bit.
To be the magic formula.
What's that?
It will take a
Which one?
by the present.
I haven't been able to find my friend that I'm looking for, if that makes sense. I need to find them for some reason.
We're just fighting family court. It's corrupt.
Whether we like it or not, we are
much it,
at the
you know,
beginning of a great reset.
Not only men, but
and
you know,
whoever
females
has
as
the
well.
balls to make it happen
hot out
gets
here.
to say how
So,
this goes.
I already am familiar with the topic, obviously, but do you want to say to the viewers what it's about? And just say no, I have been walking around everywhere, so it's probably not going to have many views on there because it's a
We're
bit
just getting the
sucky. But
class action against parents that have their kids removed from family court when it's been unjust.
Go out in your life and
Unjust
start living
system
it
of
as a
family
hero.
law court,
Take
whether you're male or
responsibility.
female. So
Build your
yeah.
determination.
Yeah, so with about false
False
allegations,
allegations,
When you want
lies. I mean, they
something
don't
to come and
follow
save
the
you.
proper
We all do.
law
I know I
procedures
do.
in the family
But
law
it's
court.
not happening.
yeah.
It's up to
Unbelievable.
you and me.
And then also with the false allegations, there's things like, you know, people saying that their partner or ex-partner or whatever bashed them up or raped them
I
and
mean, it's just
all these other
basically
things.
a custody battle technique to get the kids and the money and blah blah blah. And, you know, we're just saying it needs to be fair, you know. But as you probably know, you know, the family law court, there's something going on there that's not right.
Yeah, and really ultimately false allegations for family law proceedings only hurt the children.
Oh, exactly right. They say it's in the best interest of the children. It's not in the best interest. So, you know, I mean, that terminology was coined from adult Hitler. So,
But I do know.
yeah.
I didn't know that.
So yeah, it's like, oh, okay. It's like with vaccines too, you know, they say it's all good for the children and stuff like that. It's a total lie.
The opportunity to live and
there you
die
go.
as a hero.
Yeah. And then also with false allegations in law generally, I think it really should be false accusers get, say, jailed for double the maximum time
There should be
frame.
penalties for perjury in court, you know, like in a normal courtroom. If you lie, or there should be oaths, you know,
Yeah.
and if you lie, then there's penalties.
Yeah.
Who knows in the family
Whoever
law
has
courts?
the
It's
balls to make
cowboys.
this happen gets
you know.
to say how this
I
goes.
haven't actually been to
I
family law
say these
court,
things because
but
I
I'm
know
going.
who
So.
I'm speaking to.
No worries. And do you want to give do you have a website address or something?
Okay, fathersrightsaustralia.com. That's for the join the class action.
Have forgotten who they
And,
are.
oh, sorry.
Wake up,
There's
sleeping
plenty of
souls.
dad
Now
sites on
is the time
Facebook
to
and
rise.
everything. So.
Yep. And with it being a class action, is it fully funded? Like, do you have a litigation
When
funder?
we have to get the funding, so I mean it's 100k has already been spent. So
Yep.
if you go to the website, there's more information on it.
No worries.
It's definitely going ahead. Hopefully.
Okay. I just joined a class action. It was about the Queensland electricity prices, and it was basically just sign up because they thought they had a good chance of winning, and they get like big companies to litigation fund it.
Yeah, yeah.
So
How'd that go?
I think it's still before the courts. Basically, there were people gaming the system to increase electricity prices artificially, so it's to get a refund.
Especially
Earlier this year, I was
solar
driving the
panels.
back bus around South East Queensland as part of the
All
Australian
here,
back
he
tour.
probably explained.
G'day.
A lovely woman offered her
No worries.
assistance during the tour. And
Yeah,
everywhere
I'm
the
Arjay.
bus went, an older
Sorry?
gentleman
Arjay?
kept popping up
Hi,
with his
Arjay.
guitar.
Or AJ on
He was very
Facebook.
sing-along and
AJ.
keeping everyone
Yeah.
entertained.
I'm not a man.
AJ
Eventually
Martin,
worked out it was the
political.
father of the lady that offered her
Yeah.
assistance.
RJ Martin's for Australians is one of my pages. You want to say anything quickly about this? I appreciate they're wrapping up, but so
Well, there's a lot of discrimination against fathers in the family law court, in the areas of domestic violence policy, just generally in the law.
Yeah.
And it needs to stop. So the fact that people can lie in the court and get away with it, doesn't matter whether it's a man or a woman who's lying.
Yeah.
The fact is it needs to be punished.
Yep.
If a lie is proven, it needs to be punished. If a person complains about domestic violence to police, they need to be protected. It doesn't matter whether they're male homosexual,
Yep.
lesbian,
Yep.
a woman,
Yep.
or a man. It doesn't matter. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter if they're in a heterosexual relationship. It doesn't matter if they're transgender.
Yeah.
Although officially, that is what police have on the bottom of their letterhead.
Yeah.
In practice, that's not what happens.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting too. I've seen recently quite a few like little documentaries on males being victims of females' domestic violence, and basically, you know, people get and people get hit in the head with like baseball bats, and they call the police, and the police laugh at them. And they're like,
That's right.
piss off, and stuff like that. So it's just stupid.
Now this is not all police.
Yeah.
This is a particular group of power-hungry people, many of them men, in fact.
Yep.
The men behind White Ribbon, the men behind Our Watch,
Yep.
the men behind, say, the Queensland government.
Yep.
They're all power-hungry. They're seeking to exploit victims, divide families, pit men against women. There are many women who are power-hungry.
Yeah.
If we look at the Queensland government makeup at the moment, many women are there. Now, a woman can be equally as corrupt as a man.
Yeah.
And a woman can be equally as good as a man.
Of course.
Now, let's call out misinformation.
Yep.
Let's call out dodgy statistics. Let's call out lack of funding.
Yep.
Let's call out perjury free-for-all in
Yeah.
family court. Let's call out perjury being perfectly acceptable in domestic violence cases.
Yeah.
Let's call out lack of legal aid funding
Yep.
for everybody accused of these matters.
Yeah.
Let's call out the quarantining of legal aid funding for women specifically, who apparently are the only vulnerable people.
Yeah.
Now, we just want justice.
Yep.
How about we treat all Queenslanders, all Australians, as human? How about we hold them accountable, as I was when I was a kid?
Yeah.
I did stuff wrong. I got in trouble. I learned that it's a bad idea.
Yeah.
So here we go.
That's the way it should
Pretty
be.
simple message, really.
Yeah, so you also have the concept, I'm just telling the viewers too, of specific and general deterrence. So if people go around making false allegations, whether they falsely claim people are, you know, weirdos or, you know, bashing them up or whatever,
Mentally ill, was domestic violence.
yeah, defaming them generally, then, you know, they just get away with it and they see their friends getting away with it and there's nothing stopping them. It's so ridiculous. You know, I'm sure everyone here probably knows people that make false allegations against people, and, you know, it takes a lot of courage and expenses in terms of resources, monetary, time, etc., for people even to do anything about it. If someone goes to police and says, oh, look, you know, Sally just told everyone on Facebook I bashed her up or something like that, then the police laugh at them, unless it actually leads to, you know, a malicious prosecution, then they might well care. But
So one of the issues that we have is that the domestic violence industry is not actually protecting women.
yeah,
According to the narrative, it does. It's there to protect women.
yeah,
But it doesn't. It protects the right women who are subject to the right type of domestic violence.
yeah,
It doesn't protect women who are victims of parental alienation by a man.
yeah,
It doesn't protect women who are victims of domestic violence by their female lesbian partners.
yeah,
It doesn't.
No.
Those women are thrown under the bus.
yeah,
Because once those organisations start saying, oh yes, this lesbian couple, one of them is a victim of domestic violence,
yeah,
suddenly the whole lie that only men are abusive
yeah.
and women can't be falls apart.
Yeah, well, it's even like the concept of white ribbon that is end domestic violence against women. Why isn't it just end domestic violence?
It's a lot simpler. It's a lot simpler message, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's more accurate too, and it also doesn't defame men generally, saying all men are perpetrators and all women are victims.
Look, Men can be horrible.
Yeah.
My partner was stabbed 4 times by a man. He's now in jail,
Yeah.
as he should be.
Yeah.
I myself am not some crazy men's rights, anti-feminist, and hate all women. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm in a relationship with a woman.
Yeah.
Right? I've got a daughter.
Yep.
I want her to grow up as a great woman and use all of the power that she has.
Yeah, and a nice, safe society for her as well as for the boys as well.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
But I don't want her to find that no man will get anywhere near her.
Yeah.
Because that man knows that in practice she's too dangerous.
Yeah.
All she has to do is make one claim and that man's life is over.
Yeah, and that really is a part of destroying the humanity. It's like people that, could well, in another universe, love each other and be the best husband and wife or whatever as an example, but then the man's too scared to ask the woman out at work because he'll get done potentially for like sexual harassment or something like that, just saying, do you want to have a meal with me? And it's just delays the age that people get married as well and have families and whatever.
So absolutely men can be guilty.
Yeah.
And those that are fairly
Yeah.
tried in court and found guilty.
Yeah, it should be
Lock them up.
punished. Exactly.
Lock them up. And the woman.
Yeah. No worries. Thank you. Cheerio. Bye. So you haven't seen my friend?
Where are you posting that?
It's on Arjay Martin's For Australians page.
Arjay Martin for Australia.
Yeah, For Australians. May as well show the sign at the same time.
Just Arjay.
Arjay. Yeah, A-R-J-A-Y. J-A-Y. Space, M-A-R. T-I-N. Apostrophe S. For Australians. Yeah, it's just on Facebook. And I'll probably cut your bit of the video out to make a separate one because otherwise it's just me walking around looking for who I'm looking for. Just so, because otherwise, I've got 4 people viewing instead of 200 at once. Okay, cheerio. Where are people that I want to find? There's Meryl Dory too. So she spoke earlier apparently. It's easier to look for people when there's less people here, but obviously if what I'm looking for isn't here, then it's not very helpful. They should come out with a new song too, even though, I guess people know the words for that now, but...
Alright guys, give us like 3 minutes, and then meet me up at the top gate up there.
Still.
We're going to walk up George Street.
Yeah, good on you. And I haven't been able to find the dude handing out the anti-Chinese Communist Party flyers that someone asked me if I could get one for them. It's supposed to be a tall dude with a hat. Look. Oh, g'day, how you going? Not too bad. What are you up to?
Not so much.
Oh, cool.
Did you get all that on video?
No, so I came very late, so just sort of relying on Matt Rosengarten, not that he's contracted to me or anything, but I've just told people, hey, you want to see a proper version, then look him up on Facebook. So I only got here about 2:30 maybe, 2:15. Yeah, probably an hour ago. Hello. Got a cool hat.
There we go. got that in the city.
It doesn't cover your ear though. Oh, fair enough. Been looking for someone, so I sort of stuffed up the video where I'm just looking for someone, but...
Okay, sorry about that.
That's alright. Well, no, I'm not saying you stuffing it up. I'm saying that throughout when I was here, I've had to try and look for the person, but I can't find them. And... No, I'll show you this way.
Someone I know. Another thing. Okay, yeah, thank you.
Have you seen that particular person?
No, I haven't.
Is Bosie still here? There's Max Egan, by the way. I gotta say hi to Bosie. I don't have to be annoying though. Excuse me.
Just tell me what it's a picture of. I'll say.
Sorry, not trying to stand in front of you. G'day, Ricardo.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for coming.
Cheers. Someone did say about army people sticking together, if that makes sense, about James Bartolo and Ricardo Bosi. So I don't know if they both travelled up together or whatever. Maybe James would be a candidate for Australia one. So it's not that many people anymore. Still maybe, 400, 350, something like that. My estimate is it was about 400 to 600 people when I came here, but a lot of the people have already left, I guess, to move their cars or so they don't get booked or so they can get out quicker or whatever. So, and everyone's going for a walk. We've got Santa Claus here. I think that's Shackled, Dusty, sorry. I met him once at the Lauren Southern and Stephen Molyneux, what would you call it, presentation that was in Brisbane. So, let's just quickly look up here and then I'll bugger off. Call me. We've got some nice music, accordion, squeeze box, whatever way you want to call it. And people playing in a park, like badminton and chuck a ball and catch it with a little Velcro thing. Maybe I can do a shortcut to skip some people and then go to the front and see if there's any more friends to say hello to. There's not many police here compared to previous protests, but I guess the restrictions are a lot less now than they were as well. So you no longer have the border crossing policed, if that makes sense. So at Tweed Heads, I did go there on the last day. I didn't even have a pass, but I got through. Maybe I'll get a fine in the mail, who knows. But I took the wrong turn off when I was trying to go to Coolangatta, and then that meant that I went through New South Wales where the border checkpoint is, and then the police stopped me and then said, where's your little piece of paper, which would be one of the easiest things in the world to forge since they don't stop and look at it. They just see it's got an X on it or an A or a B or whatever the codes were, but they no longer have that. So maybe I'll go up here. Oh, it's tricky. Only so I can see people as they go by. It's bloody hot in Brisbane. Hi Lisa again. as I keep saying, sorry the footage isn't more interesting today, but it is what it is. So you can also estimate the crowd size, what's left though, because some people have left, based on the traffic flow as well. So if you work out that on average, say there's 5 people abreast every 2 metres, and then they last for 2 minutes going past or whatever, then you can calculate it. Because it is really annoying that people do these false estimates. The media, when it suits them, will say that there's a lot less people than there are, and then people try and counteract that by saying that there's 7,000 people when there's like 1,000 people. So both are dishonest, and it's not good to mislead. You may as well just say the truth, and if it's 400 people or 500 people, then that's awesome anyway. Sure, it's not as awesome as today there were 20,000 people in a 50 square metre area. G'day. So you get to see all the interesting signs. They got no medication without consent. It'd be good if that had the Constitution Section 51 subsection 23A as well. They got who elected Bill Gates, politicians and media are the viruses. We saw that sign earlier. Say no to the prick. Saw that sign back in May 30th. And treason equals Dan Trader Andrews. That's an interesting one too. So there's still some crowd coming, but I'll walk this way because there's a big gap and I need to get going soon anyway so I don't get booked. No forced vaccination, no location tracking, no tyrannical government. Rise up for the children and human trafficking. Oh, g'day, how you going? Stop the war on dads. Stick your COVID normal. I didn't read the rest of it in time. It's probably up the backside or something. Those Peaceful Revolution shirts sell like hotcakes. So Peter Haley. What do you mean?
Oh, you're the one that texts my friend Anna all the time. Talking shit about her.
What's your name?
None of your business.
You're defaming me. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Some fans. Banner's not here to abuse me herself. She can have her friends abuse me, apparently. Sorry. A lot of people here still instead of marching. Well, that's fine, you don't have to march if you're doing a protest. It's interesting though. Oh, g'day. There you go. So I just cover the speaker. So anyway, besides I'll march around Brisbane, which is fun to do anyway, especially like if you get people like tooting, stuff like that, and saying, yeah, or good on you, mate, or something like that, and that's especially enjoyable. Basically, you know, you get people supporting you for standing up for your rights instead of being abusive people, or, you know, even people don't care, which isn't as bad as abusing people, of course. But anyway, so I'll bugger off now. I keep getting phone calls, and I'll probably cut and put the little men's end false allegations in family court or something like that. I forget the name of the group, men's rights or something. Again, I forget the name of the group. Fathers, like, hello.
Why are you even bothering being here?
Why?
You film bad shit.
So another fan. So anyway, I will probably cut that video and make it as another TINLA video, just because that's probably the most exciting part, and then that way people can find it instead of just seeing me walk around looking for people or whatever. Anyway, the screen's a bit shaky too. Cheerio. Bye.